Hello, everyone, and welcome inside Wintrust Field for some more Evansville Otters baseball here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network. I'm Riley Angel here with you. Thank you so much for joining me here on this Saturday evening. Your Evansville Otters enter today 21 and 27. They face a Schaumburg Boomers team that is 29 and 20, coming off that walk-off win from last night. If you missed it, we'll go ahead and recap yesterday for you. We take a look at what we got, and we see a lot of scoring, but also some good pitching performances as well. Overall, a really well played game from start to finish for both teams. It all started when Braden Scott took the mound and pitched a really solid first inning, gave up a run in the second, but did really well to not let that affect him the rest of the way. Evansville got their offense going in the third inning off of the bat of J.J. Cruz, who singled to score Keenan Taylor. That would be all the offense in that inning for Evansville. We fast forward to the fifth, and J.J. Cruz got his night even better. Two-run homer for him in that fifth inning. Just one of three homers on the night for him last night. Evansville would give up a run in the bottom of the fifth to make it 3-2. Evansville still in front at that point, but they scored twice in the sixth, twice in the seventh as well. That seventh inning punctuated by that solo home run, the second of the day for J.J. Cruz. In the sixth inning, Braden Scott exited. He went 5 2/3, giving up 7 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 9, and walked 4. A really good day for him on the mound. Heading into the bottom of the eighth, Evansville was up 7-2, but Schaumburg, they found it offensively in the eighth. They eventually scored 5 runs in the bottom of the eighth inning to tie it at 7-7 going to the ninth. To lead off the ninth,
You navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let SWORCA be your first call. More information available at sworca.org or by calling 812 464 7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. SWORCA and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let SWORCA be your first call. More information available at sworca.org or by calling 812 464 7800.
welcome back here inside Wintrust Field. You're listening to the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the Home Team Network, and on 96.9 WYIR. Before we get too far into our next pregame segment, there is some sad news around the league that we have to share. Windy City manager Bobby Jenks, former White Sox pitcher. You remember back in 2005, Bobby Jenks, a rookie at that time, he was the closer for the White Sox and pitched the last out in that 2005 World Series to give the White Sox their first World Series win in 88 years. Well, Bobby Jenks sadly passed away yesterday, and we would just like to pass along that the Evansville Otters join with the Windy City Thunderbolts in the entire Frontier League in mourning field manager Bobby Jenks, who sadly passed away yesterday. Today, alongside the entire league, we play for Bobby. When we come back here on the Papa John's pregame show, we will discuss starting lineups and starting pitchers. Thank you so much for joining us here on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND
Welcome back inside the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the Home Team Network, and on 96.9 WYIR. Time to take a look at both teams' starting lineups for this one here tonight. We'll start with the home Schaumburg Boomers. Leading off for them, number 3, Christian Fedko in right field, followed by Andrew Soika, who will play third base. Batting third, Michael Gould, the second baseman. Cleaning it up, Anthony Calarco, who will be the designated hitter. Center fielder Banks Tolley follows Calarco, and then it's Aaron Simmons in left, batting sixth. Batting seventh, Kyle Fitzgerald, the first baseman. The backstop, Satchel Norman, batting eighth. Then the shortstop, Will Prater, rounds it out for Schaumburg. They send Derek Salata to the mound. Looking at the Evansville starting lineup, leading off, David Mindom, the designated hitter, followed by Dennis Pierce, the third baseman. Batting third, JT Benson in right field. Then the shortstop, Paven Parks, cleans it up. In center field tonight is Graham Brown, batting fifth. Batting sixth, Keenan Taylor, the left fielder. In the 7-hole, J.J. Cruz, the second baseman. And then at first is Logan Brown rounding it out, the catcher, Justin Felix. On the mound tonight for Evansville will be Parker Brahms. We take a look at both of these starting pitchers, beginning with the guy who will start on the mound in this game, Derek Salata, the pitcher for Schaumburg. He has struggled a little bit this year, so has this entire Schaumburg staff, really. But we'll see if Salata can stifle this. Has been good despite the losses. His last time out against Washington on June 29th, he collected a loss after going 4 innings, allowing 8 hits, 7 runs, only 6 of them earned. But he did strike out 9, which was his highest strikeout total this season. So obviously, he has the stuff to do it, just giving up too much hard contact. And the start before that Washington one in Joliet, he went 6, had a quality start, and only allowed 2. Then also back in against Lake Erie all the way on June 5th, he went 5, only allowing 1. So he's had good starts this year, but there are a couple where he's really blown up, which raises that ERA. In total, it's a 6 ERA with a 3-4 record for the starter in Salata. For Evansville, it'll be a Parker Brahms on the mound here tonight. Parker looks to follow Braden Scott start last night, which was oh so good. Let's hope he can do it here tonight. Brahms on the season. He has been okay this year, nothing crazy. We take a look at his 2025 statistics, and so far this season, Brahms has pitched to a 5.11 ERA. That's in 37 innings pitched, 8 starts. He has a record of 2-3. His last time out against Florence got a no decision, going only 2 innings, giving up 7 earned runs, 8 hits, no strikeouts, did walk 1 as well. That was an eventual 11-10 win for Evansville as they've won the last 2 games he started. But let's hope we get more of what we saw against Gateway on the 24th, where he went 6, only giving up 2, striking out 5 across those 6 innings. So 2 pitchers tonight who have looked really good in the past but have struggled as well. Let's hope Parker Brahms is the one that outduels Derek Salata here tonight. Looking at the lineup, a couple of changes for Evansville here tonight from last night. L.J. Jones getting the day off, a much-needed day off. He has been an everyday player for this team, and he has been red hot, so might as well keep those legs fresh for this road trip coming up, or that we're on already and in the midst of. David Mendham batting leadoff tonight. He is a really good prototypical leadoff guy when you look at the statistics. 309 batting average, only one homer, but he has drawn 23 walks. He'll look to set the stage for Dennis Pierce, who bats in the 2-hole, who has been really good. And then J.J. Cruz getting the bump up to hitting 7th. He hit 9th last night, hit 3 home runs. He was the first Otter to hit 3 home runs since Zach Bierman did it back in 2022 in this exact building here at Wintrust Field. For Schaumburg, it's really just a tale as old as time at this point. What they want to do is they want to hit home runs. Surprisingly, they didn't hit a home run last night, but still came out on top thanks to hitting gaps at the absolute right time down the stretch. But we'll see if Evansville is able to keep them in the yard tonight, if they're able to do what just barely eluded them last night and get that win. You would really hope they're able to do that. We take a look at the standings here around the Frontier League, starting with the Central Division. Lake Erie jumps out ahead of Washington after winning their 4th straight last night. They are now 7-3 in their last 10, so they are in first place now in the Central. In second is the Washington Wild Things. They are 26-23. They have lost 4 in a row, the opposite of Lake Erie pretty much. They are 3-7 in their last 10. Evansville at 21-27 sits 5 games back of Lake Erie in first, 4.5 games back of Washington in second, which holds that final wild card spot that Evansville is battling for. Evansville has lost 4 in a row at this point. They are now the most games under 500 that they have been this year. Florence in last place in the Central, 20-28, 6 games back. They've won 2 in a row. They are 4-6 in their last 10. In the West, the home of the Schaumburg Boomers, Gateway leads that division, 29-19. Their win and loss total. Schaumburg 29-20, just sitting a half game back of Gateway. Joliet and Mississippi tied for third, both of them at 24-25, 5.5 games back. Joliet has lost 7 in a row at this point here in the Frontier League. And then in last place, Windy City, the Thunderbolts are 16-33, 13.5 games back. They did win last night on their 4th of July matchup, and again, the hearts of everyone in the Frontier League with them after the passing of Bobby Jinks last night. So when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more. We'll have National Anthem and then first pitch here at 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let SWRCA be your first call. More information available at swrca.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's. Let SWRCA be your first call. More information available at swrca.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND
Welcome back here on the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the Home Team Network, and on 96.9 WYIR. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Riley Angel here with you on this Saturday night. Last night was Independence Day, July 4th, and a lot of fireworks in last night's contest. Evansville did fall in that one 9-8 in walk-off fashion against the Boomers, but a hard-fought game from start to finish, and you hope that tonight is as well played of a game as last night was. Just entertainment value-wise, boy, it was fun to be here in person. Tonight, Evansville sitting 21-27 on the year, Schaumburg 29-20. Both these teams doing battle now for the seventh time this season total. So far this year, Evansville is just 2-5 against this Boomers team, 0-4 on the road. The Boomers have won the last 5 matchups these two teams have played. Evansville won the first 2 at home, 8-7, and then 10-9, respectively. And last year it was a rough season against this team as well. Evansville was just 3-9 against the Boomers, so tonight they look to right some wrongs that the recent past has had with them. Overall, though, Evansville 50-55 against this Boomers squad. When they are here in Wintrust Field, they are 23-30. Evansville tonight comes in with, the offense working. They scored 6 runs against Mississippi 2 nights ago on the third, and fell just short in that matchup by 1 run. Then scoring 8 last night in a very tough environment here in Wintrust Field, which was sold out last night for the fourth. They scored 8 runs. They were able to quiet down this crowd for most of that ball game, but again, just barely fell short in the ninth inning, giving up that walk-off hit from Michael Gould, who ended up being the hero for the Boomers last night here at the village of Schaumburg. Player to watch here tonight, I think, for Evansville, when we look up and down this lineup, I think Graham Brown is a guy who he just seems like he is due at this point. He has really struggled recently, and baseball is just one of those games where once you get in a funk, it is really hard to get out of, and you hope that Brown is able to get out of it very soon. Brown, over the last 7 days, he is 0 for his last 20 in his last 6 games played. And if you don't think that has something, that does something to your psyche, to your mindset, man, I don't know what to tell you, because how difficult this game is and where his numbers were all-star level in this league, it's just really tough to see him go through a tough break like this. But I think tonight he has a strong chance of getting out of it. Looks like he's due. He's still in good spirits, which is always nice. So you just hope that it isn't doing too much to his confidence at the plate, and you hope he's able to get the job done here tonight. Before the national anthem begins here in Schaumburg, the Evansville Otters would like to say that they join the Windy City Thunderbolts and the entire Frontier League in mourning field manager Bobby Jinks, who sadly passed away yesterday peacefully in his home in Portugal. Today, alongside the entire league, we play for Bobby. Bobby Jinks, the field manager for just over a year in Windy City, former pitcher for the White Sox, pitched the last out in the 2005 World Series for the White Sox. That Chicago's first World Series in 88 years. He spent 7 seasons in the big leagues, 6 of them with in the South Side, and the final one in Boston with the Red Sox. Again, our deepest condolences to his family, to the Windy City family. The entire Frontier League joins everyone in the baseball world in mourning Bobby Jenks, who again sadly passed away yesterday. Now it is time for the national anthem here on the Papa John's pregame show. We'll be right back with the first pitch.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
Welcome back inside of Wintrust Field. You just listened to the Papa John's Post pregame show. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Riley Angel here with you. This just about 30 minutes away from Metro Chicago. And it is about time for baseball. The Boomers have taken the field, and on the mound is Derek Salata. The right-hander is 3-4 so far this year. Tonight will be his 10th start. The 25-year-old has struggled this year in a couple of outings. His last time out against Washington on June 29th, he went just 4 innings, allowing 7 runs, 6 of them earned, but he did strike out 9, so a good sign there for field manager Jamie Bennett for the Boomers. His last outing before that was in Joliet, where he earned a no decision, but went 6 innings, only allowing 2. He did only strike out 1, but only 2 runs allowed, so a quality start for him there. So it's not like this guy has been all bad this year, just a little bit of inconsistency. He's had multiple starts this year where he's gone 6 innings, giving up nothing, and that was back in May on the 24th against Gateway, and then the 31st in Washington. Both of those games, he went 6 innings and didn't allow a run and gave up just 5 or less hits. So he's a guy that can turn it on when he really gets into a groove. But boy, he's struggled recently, and we hope that at least Evansville does, that is the guy that they the defense behind. And Salata with the first pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Game time temperature 90 degrees, wind howling out to right at 11 miles per hour. No balls, 1 strike to the left-handed hitter. The pitch. That one just missing. A tad in. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Mindom on the year, 309 average, has drawn 23 walks. Last night had a 2-hit day, went 2 for 5 total, 2 singles. The 1-1 pitch. Bender just missing low, 2-1. That's a good thing about Mindom being in the leadoff spot. He's just so good at taking at bats, taking long at bats, battling through. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and foul tipped at the plate. It's 2-2. Got a piece of Satchel Norman, and they're going to give a little bit of time now. So Norman's still trying to shake it off. Here comes Bennett and their athletic trainer, Raul Anaya. So we'll see how he acts again. Only in the first inning. He seems to be okay. Still talking to them behind the plate. Reminder, Evansville now has lost 4 in a row. They're now the most games that they've been under 500 this year at 6. Norman's going to be all right. Today, just one of those days where you feel like you need to right the ship. Last night was one where it felt really winnable in multiple stretches of that game and just couldn't quite close it out. The 2-2 pitch. Bender missing way high and wide. It's going to be full now. Salata, the right-hander, begins the windup, and we'll have our first payoff pitch. Here it is. Swung on, hit the opposite way on the ground, through for a base hit. David Mindom leads the game off with a long at-bat and a single. That's a good way to start for this Otters offense. And it brings up Dennis Pierce. Pierce has been so consistent since his signing with Evansville. He went 2 for 5 last night, a run scored on a wild pitch in the 7th. First pitch he sees is taken for a strike on the outer corner, 0-1. Pierce, power hitting third baseman, has led off a lot this year for Evansville as the 0-1 pitch. Up and away ball, 1-1. When you have a guy like that at the top of the lineup, very top of the lineup, yes, it puts a lot of fear into the pitchers, but then you wonder how many runs you're leaving off the board with him leading off. The 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-2. With this, so now it'll be JT Benson. Benson, right-handed hitter. In there for a strike, 0-1 at 90 miles per hour on the fastball. Benson, a guy that has really found his power stroke, the 0-1. Swung on, line drive. That's going to split the gap in right center. Mindom on his way to third. Benson hustling to second. They're going to wave Mindom around. The ball got all the way up against the wall. Mindom's going to score. An RBI double for JT Benson. The Otters in front. So Benson immediately producing here in this ball game in Evansville. Beginning right where they left off last night, scoring here in this first inning. It's 1-0 Otters. Paven Parks now the batter. Parks back up in the cleanup spot. Yesterday had a single, a stolen base, and a walk. Went 1 for 3 total. The first pitch that he sees is outside for a ball, 1-0. So 1-0 Evansville here in the top of the first after the JT Benson RBI double. Again, with the wind howling out to right the way it is at 11 miles per hour, we'll see how far the fly balls for left-handed hitters fly today out to right. The 1-0. Up and away, 2-0 on the curve. We saw with a windy day at Fosse Field what that could end up doing. That 15-12 slugfest against Washington a couple of weeks ago. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed right through the high fastball. Parks was a little late on it, 2-1. And that's one of the reasons why the dimensions are so far here in Schaumburg. Again, 355 down each line. She's helped with the 4th of July festivity. Always seems to. Pickoff move to second, not in time. It was a little close. Benson really had to get back there, but he did. 3 balls, a strike, and an out. 1-0 Otters over the Boomers, top 1, just getting started. Otters still threatening. Runner on second is Benson. Parks with a 3-1 count on him. It's a lot of the pitcher here for Schaumburg as he sets and out of the stretch he'll work. Hands just above the belt. Kicks and fires. Swung on, hit in the air, drifting foul down the third baseline, and it gets into the seating areas. 3-2. Had a sold-out crowd last night here in Schaumburg. Not as impressive tonight, but I tell you what, still a ton of people. Maybe not quite a sellout, but pretty close. Here for July 5th. In the past 3 days here at Wintrust Field, this place has been packed. The payoff. Swung on, line drive into right, sinking quickly, and it gets down for a base hit. Hustling around third is Benson. He's going to score. Parks a wide round to first, retreats back to the bag. An RBI single, and it's 2-0 Evansville in the first. So the Otters jumping out in front early with 3 of the first 4 hitters getting on base via the hit, 2 of which collecting RBI. They are all over Salata here in this first frame, and it brings up Graham Brown. The pitch now to Brown is in there for a strike. Brown again, he's struggled 0 for his last 20 over 6 games. The pitch swung on and missed, 0-2 out in front of the curveball. Brown, the right-handed hitter, awaits the pitch from the right-handed thrower in Salata. Never mind, pickoff move to first, no play. Oh, and 2 the count here to the Otters center fielder and Brown. Salata set, setting far first base side of the rubber. Again, that one a little closer, but Park still back in time. That's the second disengagement for Salata, second in a row. So he doesn't have another one. Or he does, but if he doesn't get the runner at first, it's a ball. Good lead for Parks. The 0-2. Outside, just missing on the fastball, 1-2. Salata here in the first inning, sitting about 88 to 90 on the fastball. 90 is the hardest we've seen him throw. A nice slider, slur mix at 78 miles per hour to come off of it. It's a 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, bounces away from Norman. Parks hustling to second, slides in there and gets in just barely. Nice throw from Norman, ranging towards the third base side, picking it up and tossing it down, half running to the bag, not thinking there would be a throw. But there was, but Parks got in there safely on the wild pitch. So now another runner in scoring position for Evansville here in this first frame. Brown tries to break out of the slump. 2-2 the count against him. One away, top one, 2-0 Evansville. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Blew the fastball by him. Second strikeout for Salata. Evansville tonight in their road gray uniforms. The blue Evansville script across the front. Blue lettering in the back. No trim. The Boomers, their white pants, black tops with white lettering across the front and numbers on the back. Also has some orange trim as well. The caps with a white front and an orange bill. The pitch to now Keenan Taylor finds his own 0-1. Taylor had a 2 RBI double last night. He was the only player other than J.J. Cruz to collect an RBI. The 0-1 pitch. Front door bender just misses on the inner half, 1-1. Parks at second, a decent lead. No one holding him. Now sneaking over to the bag is the second baseman, Gould. Banging his glove behind the bag for Salata. Now Salata pitches. Breaker catches the top shelf. It's 1-2. Win.
Schaumburg County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Parker Brahms will be the pitcher here tonight for Evansville. Brahms enters today. He enters today with a 5.11 ERA, 2-3 in his starts this year. Coming off a not amazing performance his last time out. We'll see how he does here against the Boomers as he sets in the first pitch here to Christian Fedko. In there for a strike, 0-1. Last time out against Florence, Brahms went only 2 innings, allowing 7 runs. Evansville did eventually get a win in that ball game, but still was a tough one for Brahms as he leaves that breaker on the inside for a ball. Now 1-1. So a ball and a strike, nobody out. 2-0 Evansville, bottom of the first. The pitch. Fedco lines one into left, hustling in on it. Taylor dives and makes the catch. Keenan Taylor, a diving grab out in left field to rob Fedco of a leadoff single here in the first. Boy, are the Otters setting a tone early in this ball game. We saw Benson make a spectacular play in left center field last night. Keenan Taylor just now robbing Fedco of a hit. Now here's Andrew Soika, the pitch. Swung on, rolled over to first, but wide of the bag and foul. So it's going to be 0-1. Something about Wintrust Field. Man, it just makes special moments win or lose for this Evansville team. Last night, Cruz 3 homers as the 0-1. Swung on, high fly ball deep to center. Back on it, Brown. Nearing the track, playable, makes the catch. So the 3-homer game last night. Diving play from Benson last night as well in center. Diving play there from Keenan Taylor. Earlier this year, when we were here at Wintrust Field, JT Benson made a Superman-style catch to win play of the day in the Frontier League. So win or lose here, there's always exciting plays for Evansville as now Michael Gould takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Gould, the walk-off hero last night for Schaumburg, hitting that RBI single to win it on the 4th of July for the Boomers, the 0-1. Swung on, chopped softly to third, but it's wide of the bag again, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-0 Evansville, top 1. Brahms working exclusively out of the stretch. The pitch. Swung on, line shot, not being able to scoop it as Pearson has passed his glove down into left field. That's going to allow Gould to get to first for a single. Hard line drive down the third base line. Pierce almost got it, but could not snag it on the short hop. So that's the first hit of the night for Schaumburg, and now it brings up Anthony Calarco. Talked about it last night, Calarco having a special season in this league. 359 average, a pickoff throw to first, not in time. 15 homers, 68 RBI. The single season Schaumburg record is 71. Another pickoff attempt. That one a little closer, but once again, not in time. So Calarco just 4 RBI away from breaking the single season Schaumburg Boomers RBI record, and we're not even at the All-Star break. First pitch that he sees is taken on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Cool moment between Calarco and Andy McCauley. Obviously, Andy and Anthony familiar with each other. Andy signed Calarco to the Otters last year as the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. But Andy just congratulating Calarco in the tunnel before yesterday's ball game on his numbers and how well he's been playing. Obviously, no bad blood between the two. Everyone wishing each other well. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, sharply down the left field line. Twisting, foul. So we'll do it again at 0-2, a long strike. Now, I'll tell you what, would have loved this offensive production in an Otters uniform, but he's doing it here in Schaumburg. At the end of the day, you just hope that some numbers, and that's going to be a balk for Parker Brahms. Brahms stepped off acting like he was going to throw over to first, and I guess forgot that he already had 2 disengagements. So now Michael Gould will stand on second via the balk. So here's Anthony Calarco now, the runner in scoring position, the 0-2. Runner takes off for third, high throw to third is not going to be in time as the throw from Felix took Pierce wide and off the bag. So Michael Gould with a stolen base now stands just 90 feet away. One and two the count, 2 outs. And the pitch. Missing outside, 2-2. Justin Felix behind the plate tonight for Evansville. Logan Brown getting the day off catching anyway. He's over at first. Count even at 2 apiece. And the pitch. Swung on, line drive just past the reaching glove of Brown over at first. That's going to drive in one. So Anthony Calarco, an RBI single here in the first. And the Boomers cut into the lead. It's 2-1. Make that 69 RBI for Anthony Calarco. Here's Banks Tolley. Tolley is in center field tonight. Had a good night yesterday. Had 2 hits, a walk, went 2 for 4. The pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. On the year, 331 average, has 7 homers, 32 RBI. He's walked 17 times. Here is the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, line drive into center. That's going to get down for a base hit. Cutting it off is Brown in center. So they'll just play station to station. So now runners on at first and second with 2 away. 3 straight hits here for Schaumburg here in the first inning. And it brings up Aaron Simmons. Simmons pinch hit late in the game last night and came through. Getting the start tonight, the left-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher. Obviously not the start last night due to Braden Scopping on the mound, who's a lefty. First pitch from Brahms. Falls in there, the knees for a strike, 0-1.
Young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Top of the second, just about ready. Here in this one, it'll be J.J. Cruz, Logan Brown, Justin Felix. The bottom 3 due up here against Derek Salata. Evansville was able to score twice in the first inning thanks to 3 hits and 2 RBI hits from Pavin Parks and then J.T. Benson. Benson an RBI double and then Pavin Parks an 5 RBI. He also had a go-ahead home run in the 9th despite the loss. First pitch, squares around but pulls back. Going to be 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. Salata sets, begins the windup, kicks and fires. Swung on and missed way out in front of the low curve. It's 1-1. So Cruz with that night yesterday, now with 7 home runs on the year. One of the leaders of this team, obviously the leaders with 8 as the 1-1 pitch. Outside 2-1. But he's tied for second now has as many home runs as Graham Brown. Here's the 2-1. Called a strike on the low one. It's 2-2. Obviously, that a career night, but overall, JJ has been hitting the cover off of it for the past 2 weeks or so. He's been an offensive powerhouse. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled right off his own foot, and it's going to stay at 2-2. It's just hard to imagine that really 3 weeks ago, the offensive numbers weren't great, but he was still good defensively. You're just wondering when the offense was going to come around, and now it has been electric. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled right back into the screen, going to stay at 2-2. And you know he's seeing the ball well when he's having good at bats like this, fouling everything off. He's a free swinger, but whenever you mix that with the good contact he's been able to put on the ball, it doesn't really matter. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, little number down the third baseline, fielded by Andy McCauley and tossed at the dugout. Count stays at 2-2. 2-1 Evansville, top half of 2. Beautiful night here in Schaumburg. A little steamy, but where is it not right now? The pitch. Swung on and missed. The left-handed hitter awaits the first pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air, and getting into the sweets. It's 0-2. Excuse me. It's 0-1 now. Infield straight up, same with the outfield. The outfield actually playing him slightly to pull the 0-1. Missing low, 1-1. A ball, a strike, and out. 2-1 Evansville, the pitch. Swung on, fouled right back to the backstop. It's 1-2. So again, a good attack mindset here from Salata. Obviously, in the first inning, Evansville with a lot of hard contact against him. He's still attacking, has 4 punch-outs. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Salata with 5 strikeouts here in this one already. And 3 of them have been swinging, 2 of them looking. They all count the same. Here's Justin Felix. Felix, right-handed hitter. Has a homer on the year, 8 RBI. Has walked 13 times. The pitch. Taking outside for a ball, 1-0. An average sitting at 101 OPS, 462. So again, struggling with the bat, but a lot of the reason he's on the team and a lot of his value as the 1-0 pitch. Missing low, it's 2-0. Comes from him behind the plate. Great defensive catcher, really good game caller. Has a lot of chemistry with a lot of this pitching staff as he's a veteran presence on this team. He's been here for a while. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, high fly ball right overhead. You know what that means. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. 2 balls, a strike, 2 outs. Salata looks in, rocks into the windup, kicks and fires. Down and away, 3-1. 3 balls, a strike, and 2 outs. Here it is to Felix. That one catching the zone on the outer edge. A bit of a late call from the umpire. Felix calls time. Felix thought it was ball 4. It'll be a full count. Salata trying to strike out the side to rebound after that 2-run first for Evansville. Obviously, the Otters not wanting that. Here is the payoff pitch to Justin Felix. Swung on, hit in the air pretty hard to center field. Hustling back on it, Tolly near the track, near the wall. See ya! Justin Felix, second homer of the year, 3-1 Evansville. Justin Felix going to dead center field here in Schaumburg. That is not easy to do at all. And now Evansville up by 2 again. It's 3-1. We know when Felix makes contact, it is loud contact. And boy, that was exactly that. Mendham the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air the opposite way into left. Back on it, Simmons. To the track, to the wall. See ya! Back-to-back homers on back-to-back pitches. David Mendham, his second of the year, goes Oppo Taco. First time this year, Otters have gone back-to-back. 4-1 Evansville. They've scored 2 in each of the first 2. Brings up Dennis Pierce. Oh boy, you couldn't have asked for a better start offensively than what you've got in the past 2 innings after last night's heartbreaking defeat. First pitch from Salata to Pierce. Inside, it's 1-0. That's exactly what you want. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low, it's 2-0. Next one from Salata. Low as well. 3 balls, no strikes. So Salata may be a bit rattled after the back-to-back homers. And Pierce ahead on the count, awaits it. Swung on and missed, 3-1. Add the green light. So count 3 balls and a strike, 2 outs. 4-1 Evansville here in the second. And the pitch. Low ball 4, so now Dennis Pierce reaches via the walk. Now there will be a meeting between Jason Stowers and the pitching coach and his pitcher and Derek Salata. So this second inning going exactly to plan for Evansville. And again, after last night where you had the lead for most of the ball game, thought you know, had that one won. But then obviously it didn't quite work out. But here tonight, going right back to work as the first pitch now to Benson after the pitching meeting is down and away, 1-0. A ball, no strikes, and 2 outs. 4-1 Evansville. And the pitch. That one finds the zone at the knees. Counts 1-1. So back-to-back homers from Justin Felix and David Mendham. Evansville 4 runs on 5 hits early here in this ball game. The 1-1 inside. It's going to be 2-1 now. That Bender front door nearly got him. Benson an RBI double an inning ago in the first. looking to extend this second inning even further. Already two driven in. Salata, the pitch, swung on and missed way out in front of the curveball with Benson, 2-2. So deuces are wild for the first time tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In front of another massive crowd here at Wintrust Field. And the pitch. Outside, picked by Norman. Throw to first, not in time. 3-2 the count. Norman somehow got to that baseball, which was wide of the left-handed batter's box, and nearly picked off Dennis Pierce on the back throw, but Pierce was back diving, was privy to it. So a payoff pitch here to JT Benson. The pitch swung on and missed, outside slider for out number 3. So all 6 outs that Salata has gotten have been via the K, but Evansville has gotten to him as well. Back to back. The Otters go Felix and Mindom with homers here in the second. It's 4-1 Evansville here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
It'll be Kyle Fitzgerald here in the second inning to lead it off for Schaumburg. Evansville scoring 2 in their half of this second inning. It's 4-1 Evansville here in the bottom half of 2. Brahms got hit around a little bit in the first inning, gave up 3 straight hits and a run, but still now has a 3-run lead. First pitch thrown is in there for a strike, 0-1. Well, I guess we could say that the past 11 and a half innings have been fun, if not stressful. The 0-1 pitch. Low, 1-1. Well, I guess we'll say the past 11 innings. That 1/2 inning last night, the bottom of the ninth, that doesn't count. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Brahms to Fitzgerald. Swung on, line drive into center. Hustling in on it is Brown, but he'll let it drop in front of him for a hit. Leadoff knock here for Fitzgerald in the second. And the Boomers trying to respond to the 2 runs Evansville put up there in the second. Here's Satchel Norman. Again, Norman, another one of those guys that isn't great with the bat, but does so good defensively as the pitch. Swung on, rolled over to second. Fielded by Parks. Flipped to second for one. Cruised the turnover to first wide of the bag. So Norman is going to get there in time. It'll be a fielder's choice. But there is one away. And it's Will Prater. Prater, the shortstop here tonight. The pitch in there. It's 0-1 on the outside corner. Prater was lifted late in the game last night for, he was not lifted. One of the ones that stayed, Alec Gonzalez, lifted in the ninth yesterday. The 0-1 pitch to him from Brahms. Outside, 1-1. Prater last night went 1 for 5. Was moved into the shortstop position after Aaron Simmons pinch hitted for the shortstop at the time, Alec Gonzalez. The 1-1 pitch, low. It's 2-1. 2-1 the count. One away. Here it is. Way up and away. 3-1. Pickoff move to first. Almost got him sleeping, but back with a quick step was Norman. Brahms not a guy that works extremely quickly, but isn't slow by any means. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded through the hole into right field for a single. Norman hustling on his way to third. Helmet nearly falling off. The throw into third, not going to be in time. Picked on a hop by Pierce. And now runners are on the corners for Schaumburg. Only one away, and it brings up the top of the order in Christian Fedko. Fedko lined out to left his first time. Got a base hit stolen away from him by Keenan Taylor. First pitch that Brahms throws is taken for a strike down and away. No balls, a strike and an out. Here it is. Swung on, popped up. Should be playable, shallow right. Might be in no man's land. Over to it. Cruz makes the catch. Here comes the runner trying to score on the tag. Not going to be in time to throw. Ball briefly gets away, and Prater advances to second. So probably the shortest sac fly that you're ever going to see there from Christian Fedko. As it's a sacrifice pop out, basically. Scoring is Norman. Prater now into second. And brings up Andrew Soika. 4-2 is the score. Here, bottom of the second. 2 away. Soika flew out deep to center field. His first time up. Infield playing him to pull. Same with the outfield. A lot of room down the left field line. Parker sets with his hands at the chest. Looks into Felix, back towards second and fires. In outside, 1-0. Wind starting to calm down a little bit, as I was told it. So Prater stands on second. Brahms asks for a new baseball. Evansville really just trying to keep pace with Washington at this point. Both of those teams have lost 4 in a row. Washington has really struggled, which is surprising. As the 1-1 pitch, way outside, 2-1. And given how they were going for a long period of time, Lake Erie surging now in first place, taking advantage of the Washington struggles. Evansville in the same boat Washington is, trying to get back in the win column. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, bounced up the middle, just over the glove of Brahms. Charging his Cruz throw to first in time. So J.J. Cruz, a good running play at second base to retire the side. Schaumburg does get one back. It's 4-2 here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Back here in Schaumburg, Wintrust Field, Pavin Parks comes up to the dish to lead us off here in the third. 4-2. Evansville is in front of Schaumburg currently. Each team is scored in their frames. Evansville has just scored two more. They've scored two in each of the first two. Schaumburg just with one in each of the first two. Salata still out there on the mound for the Boomers as the first pitch to Parks is swung on and fouled right back into the screen. 0-1. Evansville, a team that, boy, when their offense is rolling, they're really hard to stop. One issue really as the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, popped him up, shallow center field. Should be playable under it. The shortstop Prater makes the catch, one away. The problem has been consistency day in and day out. Every once in a while, yes, you're going to have a game where you don't score much at all. But it's hard to go stretches like they did this past week against Mississippi, where it's really hard for them to score. As now Graham Brown awaits the first pitch. That one catches the corner, 0-1. But also, they seem to have woken up the offense again here the past 3 days. The 0-1 pitch. Missing outside, 1-1. Graham Brown struck out his first time up. He's 0-1. Top three, 4-2 Evansville. The pitch. Swung on, laced down the line and left. That's going to get down for a hit and past the reaching glove of Simmons. Brown hustling into second. Simmons cuts it off. Throw into second, not going to be in time. Brown's in there standing. And Graham Brown finally with a knock there, looking up towards the sky, arms in the air, saying, thank goodness that's over. The dugout messing with him, asking for the baseball as a souvenir. So Brown, hopefully that breaks him out of this slump he's been on. Man, that's got to feel good for him. Again, he was 0 for his last 20, and that one just feels so good for him right now as he stands on second base. Here's Keenan Taylor. The pitch. Swung on and missed. A little behind on the fastball, 0-1. And Graham Brown, such a big part of this offense. And when he's not going well, it's hard to find a makeup for that production because he's been so good. As the 0-1 now. In there for a strikeout or edge, 0-2. So it's just great to see Graham Brown back again with a double, his 15th of the year. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on slow bouncer to short. Charging is Prater. Field throws to first. It is in time. Just by about a quarter of a step. But advancing to third on the ground out is Graham Brown. So the Otters do at least have a runner 90 feet away for J.J. Cruz, who stands in. The pitch. Swung on, number to first. Charging is Fitzgerald. Fields tossed to first in time for the covering Salata. So that retires the side. Evansville strands a runner on third. Score stays as it is. 4-2. Otters in front here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Parker Brahms back on the mound here in this third inning. For Evansville, he'll face Michael Gould, Anthony Calarco, Banks Tolley. The three due up. Gould singled, stole a base, and eventually came around to score. See how he does here in his second at bat against Parker, as the first pitch is taken for a strike on the changeup. It's 0-1. Brahms has given up a run in each of the first two innings. See if he settles in here in the third. As the 0-1 pitch. That one skips in the dirt. It's 1-1. Brahms is working with a good rhythm at least. The 1-1 is popped in the air, foul territory, twisting near the wall, diving into the corner. Minda makes the catch. Logan Brown into the barricade down the first base line. Taka Matsua saying it did not hit the netting. And Logan Brown able to make a nice play up against the barrier. So a nice first out. And it brings up Anthony Calarco. RBI single his first time. Now has 69 RBI. He's officially on a record watch. The pitch. Up and away, 1-0. If you didn't hear in the first, he is now just 3 RBI away from breaking the single season Boomers RBI record. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed out in front of the curve, 1-1. So we might be in town, we might not. Let's hope we're not in town when that happens. Because that would mean he doesn't score it against us. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Swung on and missed, way out in front of the change. It's 1-2. He is surely an all-star this year and will most likely start at first base for the Midwest Conference. The 1-2. Up and away, 2-2. I mean, you could have thrown his name in 3 weeks ago with the numbers he was putting up. He could have gone 0 for his last 50 and still been an all-star. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Oh, just misses low on the change. Calarco thought about taking a hack at it. Count is full at 3-2. Full count, one away, bottom of the third. And the pitch. Just missing inside on the fastball, so Calarco takes his walk. So a one-out base runner here in the third for for Schaumburg, and brings up Banks Tolley. Tolley singled in the first, was stranded there after a ground out. The center fielder awaits the first pitch. Takes a bender just high. It's 1-0. Brahms, the right-handed thrower, sets and out of the stretch delivers the 1-0 pitch. That one's down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Again, another great crowd on hand this Saturday night at Wintrust Field. Great energy in the ballpark the past few nights as the 1-1 pitch. Up and away, 2-1. Tomorrow, a day game, probably won't have this many people. Tomorrow, a 1 p.m. start, opposed to the usual 6:30. The 2-1. Swung on cue, shot foul towards the on deck circle, 2-2. Then after tomorrow, an off day on Monday, and then series picking up in Washington, Pennsylvania against the Wild Things, just outside of Pittsburgh. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up right side, drifting, and that one's going to get foul into the bullpen. So count stays at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, had him leaning back on the fastball, and they say it hit him. So that'll be a free base for Tolley, and runners are now on first and second with only one away for Aaron Simmons. Simmons grounded out to short his first time up. Runners on first and second for the Boomers, bottom of the third, one away, 4-2 Evansville in front. The pitch swung on, fouled off of the umpire. We say he's all right. Count no balls and a strike. Brendan Boucher, the umpire behind the plate tonight, calling balls and strikes. Taka Matsua over at first. At third is Phillips. Here's the 0-1. That one just missing outside. Good pitch. 1-1. Simmons, the batter, Has 6 homers on the year, 22 RBI. The pitch. Swung on, blasted right field, well foul, and into the parking lot. Watch out. Someone's going to get a present in their windshield when they exit the game tonight. That ball was crushed. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Brahms. Swung on, popped foul and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. Time called, and there will be now a meeting on the mound between Felix and Brahms. Evansville, a team that at this point trying to sneak into the playoffs, that back into the playoff hunt. Each division winner makes it into the playoffs, and then the next two best teams via winning percentage get in via the wild card. So you could potentially have 3 playoff teams in the same division. As it currently stands, Lake Erie and Washington would make it in, and then Gateway and Schaumburg would make it into the playoffs. Evansville 4.5 games back of a playoff spot currently. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded hard through the hole on the right side. This will score 1. Coming up throwing is Benson. Never mind, it doesn't score as they hold the runner at third. And now bases are loaded as they play station to station. So an interesting play there. Not sending the runner. I think it probably would have scored. Now bases are juiced for Kyle Fitzgerald. Good break there from Evansville is now. They have a chance to get out of it. I know it's a hard situation, but it could be 4-3 right now. It's still 4-2. Evansville in front by 2, bottom of the third. These two teams currently going back and forth, blow for blow. Here's Kyle Fitzgerald. Singled in the second. The pitch. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. Starting to get loud here in Schaumburg. They want their team to score. Brahms trying to prevent that from happening. Hopefully he does. He sets. And the 0-1 pitch. Called a strike on the down and away corner, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and out. Boomers have loaded the bases. Infield is playing Fitzgerald to pull. Huge hole the opposite way on the right side of the infield. No balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Bases loaded. Brahms looks in, kicks, and fires. Swung on, popped him up. Shallow center. Hustling in on it is Graham Brown, makes the catch. Here comes Calarco. The throw in is cut off by Pavin. No throw to home. And the Boomers score yet again on the sacrifice fly. And it's now just a one-run game at 4-3. Both the other runners stayed put. So at first still Simmons, and that at second is still Banks Tolley. But Schaumburg has now scored in each of the first 3 innings, given only 1 run in each of the first 3 innings. But they're not done yet here in the third. Satchel Norman, the hitter, reached on a fielder's choice his first time. The pitch. Swung on, popped up over the press box, and it's going to stay at 0-1. It's going to be 0-1 now. This Otters offense will have to score some more. Boomers team letting them know that. It's going to be a fight tonight. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Brahms. In there, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4-3 the score. Evansville in front. Brom steps off. That's going to be his first disengagement. The Boomers already with 6 hits here in this game. Evansville the same.
Can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let SWORCA be your first call. More information available at sworca.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND
Derek Salata back on the mound here for Schaumburg in this top of the 4th. Evansville 4 and Schaumburg with 3 here in the top of the 4th. It'll be Logan Brown to lead us off here in the top half of this 4th inning. Brown, left-handed hitter, awaits the first pitch. In there, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, line drive, hard hit into center field. Back on it, Tolley near the track, and it bounces up against the wall. Brown on his way to second. He's going to get there standing. A leadoff double here in the 4th for Evansville. Brown, a deer-head double-decker double to get the offense going here in the top of the 4th. Again, the score is 4-3, Evansville in front here in the top half of the 4th inning. So the Otters up by just a measly 1 run. Felix stands in. He had a homer in the 2nd inning. The pitch. Takes a strike on the outside corner on the curve. It's 0-1. Felix, the first of the back-to-back home runs in the 2nd frame. Salata with the 0-1 now to the Otters backstop. Outside, 1-1. It would be nice to see Felix start to get hot at the plate. Again, when he makes contact, boy, it's loud. It's just inconsistent contact at times. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Tied him up on the fastball, 1-2. Salata steps off and now steps back on. The right-handed throwers on the far first base side. Sun beginning to set here in Schaumburg. Still quite away from it being completely dark, though. The 1-2 pitch. Missing down and away. Good take there from Felix. Count evened up at 2 apiece. Salata looks back towards second. Out of the stretch fires. Down low, 3-2 now. So Felix now for back-to-back at-bats has worked a really strong one. Seems to be locked in at the plate currently. 4-3, Evansville in front of the Boomers. 3-2 the count. Felix the batter. Brown stands on second, that being Logan Brown to be exact. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Justin Felix reaches via the walk. Turns it over for the top half of this lineup. It'll be David Mindham, Dennis Pierce, JT Benson. Mindham 2 for 2 tonight. A single and a homer. See what he does here, his third time seeing Salata. Boomer's bullpen still quiet. Same with Evansville. The pitch. Bender catches the outside corner at 71 miles an hour. 0-1. The Otters trying to do some more damage here in the fourth and extend this lead a little bit. The pitch. Low. It's 1-1 now. Because we saw it firsthand last night, how quickly the Schaumburg team can get going offensively and spark up a rally. I mean, 5 runs in the 8th last night when really you thought that Evansville was in full control. Now the 1-1 pitch. That one catching the corner 1-2. So a ball, 2 strikes, and nobody out. On deck stands Dennis Pierce. The infield playing Mindham to pull. The pitch. Up and away, 2-2. Mindham, another guy that just takes really good at bats, no matter what place in the order he's hitting, no matter what the situation. It's good to see him leading off here tonight, the 2-2. Swung on, nice battle as he fought that one off. Foul. Count stays at 2-2. Salata trying to work through some trouble. Sets. Hands above the belt. Fires. Just missing outside on the fastball. That was the hardest fastball that Salata has thrown tonight at 92 miles per hour. And it was located well just a bit outside. Payoff pitch will be on its way. 2 on, nobody out here in the 4th. The pitch. Swung on, fouled right back, and it pops out of Norman's glove. He thought he should have had it. But he didn't. Mindham gets a second life. Count 3-2 still. So these Otters bats really haven't gone anywhere since that loss to Mississippi in the finale of the homestand a couple of days ago on July 3rd. Man, that feels like ages ago at this point. Baseball season moves so fast. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop, Prater. Steps on the bag himself. Throw to first in time for the double play. So a double play, and now there are 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Advancing to third is Logan Brown. It brings up Dennis Pierce with 2 away. Pierce awaits the first pitch. Takes high. It's 1-0. Pierce being played deep in the outfield, which is interesting given the situation. Usually you see outfielders here just played medium deep. The 1-0. Swung on, fouled right back. Let you know what they think of him and what the league has thought of him recently. A ball, a strike, 2. Logan Brown stands on third. The pitch. Up and away, 2-1. 4-3, Evansville over Schaumburg here in the top of the fourth. Evansville with 4 runs on 7 hits. Schaumburg 3 runs on 6 hits. The Otters looking to not waste a leadoff double from Logan Brown. 2-1 the count, the pitch. Catching the zone on the outer half, slow curve, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And here it is from Salata. Swung on and foul off the highest part of the screen behind the plate. 2-2 still. Pierce was a little behind that high fastball. We'll see if Salata goes back to it or if he goes to that slow curveball, which has been successful for him tonight. The pitch, swung on and missed. For strike 3. So Pierce goes down swinging. 7th strikeout for Salata here in the 4th. We now go to the bottom of the 4th, 4-3, Evansville, here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever, and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let SWRCA be your first call. More information available at swrca.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Back here, bottom of the 4th, 4-3, Evansville in front. It'll be 9-1-2. Will Prater, Christian Fedko, Andrew Soika, the 3-2 up. Prater 1 for 1 tonight, the first pitch. Missing low on the fastball, 1-0. Brahms trying to hold Schaumburg scoreless here in this 4th inning. He's yet to do so. Schaumburg with 1 in each of their first 3 innings of work. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Way behind on the changeup, 1-1. That was interesting. Prater just seemed like he was. The Brahms got on top of him really quick there on that delivery. Late on the change. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one missing low again on a changeup, 2-1. Brahms, far first base side of the slab. The pitch. Swung on, fouled off, and it stays at 2-2. Prater, a really good defensive middle infielder, no matter where you put him. You can put him at second or short. He's going to get the job done. Good range up the middle to both sides. 2-2 the count, and the pitch here from Brahms. Swung on, hit in the air to left. Pretty well. Back on it, Taylor near the track, leaps, and it's over his head, and one hops the wall. Taylor's going to recover, throw it in, but it's a leadoff double here for Will Prater. And now it's Christian Fedko. 7th hit of the night for the Boomers, 2nd hit for Prater. So now the tying run is on second. Bullpen will start to get active now for the Otters. The pitch to Fedko, squares around but pulls back and takes a strike. It's 0-1. Fedko is 0 for 1, a sac fly and a lineout. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, popped in the air to center. Over to it, Graham Brown makes the catch. Prater will not advance. So there's one away after the Fedko flyout. Brings up Andrew Soika. Soika, a flyout and a ground out tonight. It's been one of the more consistent top of the order bats for this Boomers team. Began the year in the outfield as the first pitch to him. Outside, 1-0. But has made the transition in between from the last time we saw these guys in late May to now. Has made the transition over to the hot corner at third. The 1-0 pitch. Never mind. Pickoff throw to second, and it is just barely not in time. Back with a dive was Prater. But Soika, when we first saw these guys, was playing in center field and was a rangy, really good outfielder. We haven't seen him make too many plays at third this week, but obviously a lot of confidence in him over at that spot. The 1-0 catches the outer edge on the changeup. It's 1-1. One pitch inside, almost got him. Now it's 2 balls and a strike. Soika stands pretty much on top of the plate. He is so close to the edge of that left-handed batter's box. A lot of times that can lead you susceptible to a backdoor or a front door breaking ball against a lefty. It's the 2-1 pitch inside, 3-1. But against a righty, it's more of an advantage than anything. With Brahms being a right-handed thrower, it's a hard matchup. 3-1 that count, 1 away, bottom 4. The pitch. Missing down low for a walk. So now 2 runners on for the Boomers. Brings up the middle of the order and Michael Gould. 4-3 the score. Otters in front, bottom of the 4th. Boomers now with runners on first and second with only 1 away. The most dangerous part of the Schaumburg order due up. It's Michael Gould and then on deck Anthony Calarco. The pitch. Gould lines one softly into center. Racing in is Brown. He's not going to get there. It's in for a base hit. Benson charges. He's going to quickly throw it in, but a run does score. And it's 4-4 now. Going from first to third on the single was Soika. An RBI hit for Michael Gould softly into right center, but a hit nonetheless. And now it's Anthony Calarco. And the Boomers have scored in each of the first 4 innings. 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second, 1 run in the third, and 1 run in the fourth. They have 8 hits, 4 runs. Ball game is tied, and it's Anthony Calarco. Bullpen still not up and Loosening the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Brahms sets. Out of the stretch, hands chest high. The 0-1. Swung on, line drive deep into left. Back on it, Taylor near the gap, and he's going to watch it fly. Anthony Calarco, opposite field, 3-run homer. And he's now the single season RBI leader in Boomers history. So Schaumburg now takes the lead 7-4 here in the fourth inning. 3-run homer from Anthony Calarco. And it'll be Banks Tolley. The pitch. Swung on, jam shot, foul and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. So 4 runs here in the bottom of the fourth. Only one away as the next pitch is in there for a strike, 0-2. Brahms with another tough start here tonight. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike, 3 outer half. So Parker Brahms picks up his second German American Bank strikeout. So we'll go back to it. Again, Anthony Calarco now the single season RBI record for Schaumburg. In 2019, Quincy Naporte had 71. That was the record, but Anthony Calarco is now on pace for 136 RBI this season. 16 homers on the year on for him as well. The pitch swung on and missed by Simmons. It's 0-1. Tough guy to get out. Brahms kicks and fires. Down and away and in the dirt, 1-1. So the Otters will have some work to do in the top of the fifth. Trailing by 3. They were able to score early as the pitch. Swung on, popped up, playable left field. Coming in on it, Keenan Taylor had a bad read, but makes the catch anyway for out number 3. So that ends the fourth. But Schaumburg gets 4 in the inning on 3 hits. They leave no one on. Schaumburg 7, Evansville 4 here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800.
Derek Salata still on the mound here for Schaumburg. 7-4, the lead for the Boomers. They've been able to score in each of their first 4 times to the plate. JT Benson will now hit. Benson tonight is 1 for 2, an RBI double back in the first to get the scoring going in this ball game. The first pitch that he sees is taken for a strike on the up and in corner. It's 0-1. Salata had seemed to settle in after struggling in the first 2 as the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside 1-1. He had 7 strikeouts. I mean, the first 6 outs he recorded were strikeouts. Here's the 1-1. Bins in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Benson behind in the count. The pitch. Up and away. 2-2 now. So the Otters will have to continue to battle with the bats as they have the past couple of nights against this Schaumburg team as the 2-2 pitch now from Salata. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Over to it. Prater past his glove, and that's going to be a single for JT Benson to lead it off here in this 5th inning. Prater almost made a spectacular play, ranging up the middle. Took a bad hop on him, skipped up and over his glove, and that'll be Pavin Parks. Parks with an RBI single in the 1st inning as well. He is 1 for 2. Runner on first. Now, the Otters have grounded into 3 double plays already here in this series. And double plays, especially when you're down by 3 looking for a rally, they can be rally killers. The pitch is a backdoor curve in there for a strike, 0-1. So you'll be certain that Salata's pitching for one of those. Going to keep most of his stuff low in the zone, I would presume, to Parks, who, when he misses and swings big, tends to roll over. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Ball gets away from Norman. Trying to swipe second is Benson. Throw down is not going to be in time. Benson able to get there. So now a runner in scoring position. That takes the double play out of order. So that's a good thing for Evansville. Seven to 4, top of the 5th. Evansville trails by 3. On second, JT Benson in scoring position just 180 feet away. Here is the 0-2. Swung on, grounded to the right side. Over to it, Fitzgerald flipped to the covering Salata over at first. Is in time for the out. Advancing to third is JT Benson, though, so a runner now just 90 feet away from scoring. It'll be Graham Brown now to hit. Graham Brown with a scorching double down the left field line in the 3rd inning. The first pitch. Outside, gets to the backstop. Here comes Benson. He scores standing. So Evansville gets one back, now 7 to 5. That's just the break that the Otters wanted here in this situation, getting one back. And at this point, when you're down against this Boomers team, you almost feel like you have to score in every inning to be competitive because of the way they swing the bat. I mean, this offense is, for the Boomers, it's just been so good, it's hard to keep up. Here's the 1-0 to Brown. Swung on and missed way out in front of the changeup. It's 1-1. But the Otters have proven that they can do it. They proved it twice at home. As now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2, way out in front of the curveball. Then yesterday they proved they can keep up with it. They proved that they can win ball games here despite losing via the walk-off. I think that's more of a weird situation with just a uncharacteristic performance from Valdez. The 1-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. That is 8 strikeouts now for Salata. Now Keenan Taylor will bat. Keenan Taylor just missed a home run yesterday. Pitching coach once again comes out to the bump. That's Jason Stowers. No one up in the Schaumburg bullpen. Same with Evansville, surprisingly. No one up in their bullpen. Trying to probably extend Brahms just one more inning, save the bullpen a little bit. That was a quick meeting as Stowers now struts back to the dugout. Keenan Taylor awaits the first pitch here from Salata. Here it is. That one catching the outside corner on the fastball. It's 0-1. Taylor tonight is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. The 0-1 pitch to the left fielder. That one outside to the backstop. It's 1-1. A ball, a strike, 2 outs. The pitch. Bends in there for a strike inner half. A little on the high side, but the count 1-2 nonetheless. J.J. Cruz stands on deck. 1-2 pitch from Salata into Taylor. Salata begins the motion, kicks and fires. Swung on, popped him up and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Hedge Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Bottom 5. Salata trying to get out of the inning. The pitch to Taylor. Outside, make it 2-2. Salata once again begins the windup and throws. Outside, 3-2 now. Really good at bat here from Keenan Taylor. Halfway through this one, pretty much. Otters 5, Schaumburg 7. The pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. Salata with his 9th strikeout here in just the 5th inning. We now go to the bottom of the 5th. Evansville scored a 1. Didn't strand anybody here on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND
Parker Brahms still out on the bump here for Evansville in the fifth. He'll face Fitzgerald, Norman, and Prater, the bottom three of the order. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Way out in front of the slider was the batter in Fitzgerald. It's 0-1. The Boomers have gotten to Brahms in each of the first 4 innings. The 0-1 drops below the zone. It's 1-1. Interesting thing is, no one is even up and warming for Evansville in their bullpen. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, rolled over to short. Fielding is Pavin. Throw to first in time for out number 1. So it'll be Satchel Norman now. And I think with Brahms, he's worked hard out there too. Each of these innings, they've been long innings. It's not like they're scoring one on a homer and then the other 3 batters are out. No, it's been strung together hits in each of the first 4. Schaumburg just hit their first home run of the series. Last inning on the Anthony Calarco 3-run blast. The pitch. High 1-0 to Satchel Norman. One ball, no strikes, and an out. The pitch. That one just misses high. 2-0. Norman today is 0 for 2. Takes that one high. 3-0 the count now. So Brahms struggling now with some control issues in this at bat to Norman. The pitch taken right down the middle for a strike. 3-1. That's the automatic. And the 3-1 pitch. High ball 4. So Norman reaches via the walk. And a 1-out base runner now for Will Prater, who will stand in. He's 2 for 2. Will Prater now awaits it. The pitch. That one finds the zone at the knees. 0-1. Over at third base, Dennis Pierce is playing him to bunt. But with him being 2 for 2 with a single and a double, I wouldn't really expect that. Middle infield is double play depth. The pitch. Swung on and missed way behind on the fastball. 0-2. Man, he was years late on that 87 mile per hour fastball. Now you really wonder what the pitch is going to be to him. Count no balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. Swung on, fouled right back, and it stays at 0-2. The top of the lineup is due up next, so you would really like to get this out and not have 2 runners on for, again, the top of the lineup for this Boomers team, which has been the best offense in this league this year. The pitch. Outside 1-2. Missed on the change. Throw over to first, not in time. Almost a savvy pickoff move there from Parker Brahms. There is action for Schaumburg in their pen. Aaron Glickstein up and throwing for the Boomers. The 1-2. Outside 2-2. So Brahms was able to get ahead of Prater. And a couple of pitches left arm side. Now all of a sudden the count evened up. And the pitch. Swung on a rocket into center. That's going to get down for a knock. Hustling into third is the runner. Throw in from the center fielder. It's going to be in time. Norman tried to get sneaky and take third. He couldn't do it. Will Prater will advance to second on the throw to third. A great one from Graham Brown. But now there's 2 outs here in this inning as Christian Fedko stands in. Still a runner in scoring position for Schaumburg, but a much less dangerous situation. Fedko 0 for 2 tonight. He had a sac fly in the second, so an RBI for him. The pitch from Brahms. Swung on, popped up high and out of play into the sweeps. So 1-1. Seven to 5, bottom of the 5th. Boomers with the runner in scoring position and 2 away. The 0-1 pitch from Brahms. Inside, and it got him on the wrist. Fedko clearly in some pain, trying to shake it off. Now taking his equipment off, giving it to the bat boy, and he will head down to first. So a hit by pitch. That brings up Andrew Soika. Now runners on first and second for Soika, who's 0 for 2. He walked in the 4th. First pitch to Soika. In the dirt, blocked by Felix. Good stop. 0-1. Excuse me, 1-0. Brahms looks in behind the plate to Felix. Sets in the 1-0 offering. Swung on, blasted. High and deep right field. That one's not coming back. Andrew Soika with a no-doubter. 3-run homer, 10 to 5, Schaumburg in front. Soika really leaned into that one. Second 3-run shot of the day for the Boomers. And now Michael Gould will be the batter. Now the Otters bullpen gets warmed up. Gould is 2 for 3. The pitch. Outside 1-0. So Schaumburg has now scored in each inning. That streak still holds. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt, 2-0. Again, it's interesting that Just now, the Evansville bullpen was getting loose. 2-0. Inside 3-0. And Brahms seems to have maybe lost it a little bit here in this fifth inning, control-wise. Anthony Calarco stands on deck. He's already gone deep. The pitch, right down Main Street at the automatic, is in there, 3-1. The pitch, in there for a strike on the outside corner, 3-2. So Brahms battling all the way back. Brahms awaits the payoff. And it's fouled back. Good battle here from Gould, and count stays at 3-2. Well, the Evansville offense was able to get one back in the top of the fifth, but just couldn't quite pitch a scoreless inning here in the bottom half. The 3-2. Called strike, 3 on the outer edge. So Brahms with his third German-American Bank strikeout to end the inning, but the Boomers score 3 more on another 3-run homer. We now go to the sixth inning, 10-5. Boomers in front here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change it for 7800. 7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at Ballet Indiana. Information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
New pitcher on the mound for Schaumburg. It'll be Aaron Glickstein. See how he does. Here, Cruz, Logan Brown, and Justin Steen. So far this year, a 3-1 record out of the bullpen. He's appeared in 17 games, a 3.53 ERA, and 35 2/3 innings for him. He has struck out 32, walked 11, so he has just been solid as the first pitch he is outside the zone for a ball. 1-0. Been one of these ball. 1-0. Been one of these solid bullpen arms for a long time for Schaumburg. As the 1-0 pitch swung on, bounced up the middle softly, fielded by Glickstein, tossed to first in time for the out. One away here in the sixth. This is fourth overall season with Schaumburg, fifth in the Frontier League. 2021 he spent in Lake Erie before moving to Schaumburg in 22, and he's been here since that 22 season. Here's Logan Brown, the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Brown 1 for 2 with that leadoff double 2 innings ago. The 0-1 pitch, down and in, 1-1. Schaumburg leads it 10-5 here in the top of the sixth inning. And the 1-1 pitch. Hit softly on the ground to third, fielded by Stoika. Throw to first. Almost took him off the bag, but applying the tag with the first baseman Fitzgerald, and now there's 2 outs here in the sixth. And it brings up Justin Felix. Felix has had a good day. He's homered and walked. See how he does here against Glickstein, who's working quickly here in this sixth inning. The pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1 at the knees. The pitcher kicks and fires. Felix grounds it hard down the third base line and foul into the Otters bullpen. It stays 0-2. Here's the 0-2 now. High, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Felix trying to battle back from the 0-2 count now, just 1-2. Glickstein fires. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout for Glickstein, and the Otters go down in order here in the 6th. 10-5 the score here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
New pitcher on the mound for Evansville is Davis Bergen. This will be his first time on the mound for Evansville this year. He will face Anthony Calarco to lead it off. The pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. Brahms exits after going 5 innings, allowing 11 hits, 10 earned runs. Struck out 3, the pitch. Bounces it again, that one at 94. It's 2-0. Bergen has struggled with walks in his career down at Short University. 2-0 pitch. Inside, and it got Calarco, and That's going to be a hit by pitch. Calarco reaches. Now Banks Tolley will bat. It's now a meeting on the mound. This is his professional debut. Meeting now. Well, this time it's shorter. I mean, he pitched in 9 games, started twice, 8 and 2/3 he threw, a 6.23 ERA. Also pitched in the MLB Draft League in the summer of 23. That one low. With Williamsport in 17 appearances, a walk per 9 of 12.7. So again, a guy as that one finds the zone. Throws hard, just struggles to find the zone. Davis throws hard, just struggles to find the zone. Davis Bergen making the debut for the Otters. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch outside, ball 4. So 2 straight reach via the free pass. And another meeting on the mound will occur. Felix out to the bump. Here's Aaron Simmons. Bergen struggling to find the zone right now. From Trustville, Alabama, 6'2" tall. Fastball can reach the high 90s. Throws hard, but again, sometimes just can't find the zone. Faces Aaron Simmons. The pitch. That one in there on the changeup, 0-1. 10-5 the score, bottom of the 6th. Boomers in front. Here it is. Up and away at 95, 1-1. Simmons tonight is 1 for 3. Bergen sets and fires. Fouled right back, 1-2 now. Still nobody out here in this 6th inning. Runners on first and second. At first, Tolley. At second, Calarco. That ball misses low. 3-2. Seems like an over-the-top release point for Bergen, and most of the misses are he's missing low on the fastball. The pitch swung on, fouled up, and almost over and into the stands, but just catches the top of the netting. So 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. And the pitch. Inside, and it got him on the knee. So now that's 2 hit by pitches and a walk. Nobody out yet, and the bases are loaded. Simmons is going to take time and walk that one off. Got him right in the knee area, which is not a great place to get hit, no matter how fast it is. That one, thankfully, was just a breaking ball. Meeting concluding on the mound. So now the batter is Kyle Fitzgerald. Simmons still running it out over down the first baseline. He seems to be okay, and he will stay in the ball game. The pitch. Missing outside. It's 1-0. Bases loaded for Schaumburg. Bottom of the sixth. 10-5 Boomers in front. The pitch. Swung on and missed. That's a good fastball from Bergen. Count now 1-1. Next one, just missing outside on the slider. 2-1. The slider seems to be just missing on the outside corner to righties and the inside to lefties. The fastball is given. Bergen looks in and sets. Hands eye level. The pitch. Swung on, fought off foul again. It'll stay at 2-2. Fitzgerald trying to blow this one open. The pitch. A little high. Count 3-2 now. Some near sellout crowd starting to get loud. And the payoff pitch. Inside, got him in between the shoulder blades and the fastball. And that's 4 straight that have reached on the free pass, 3 on the hit by pitch, 1 on the walk, and it's 11-5 Boomers. So no hits, but a run for Schaumburg. Bullpen starting to get ready. Martin is up and throwing for Evansville currently. Bergen just can't seem to find the strike zone. The pitch. In the dirt, 1-0. Seems like Martin is getting loose rather quickly down there. The pitch. Inside for a ball, 2-0. And again, Bergen just struggling to. Here it is, the Norman. Ball 4. Schaumburg scores another. It's now 5 straight. And it brings up Will Prater. The one thing this does, it not only kills the confidence of the pitcher on the mound, but now the defense is stiff. They haven't gotten anything in play at all. Nothing even close, really. The pitch. Up and away, ball 1. That one not even close. Even close. This point with these uncompetitive pitches, it's hard. It's hard for the defense, really, in the psyche, the 1-0. Swung on, broken back grounder to second. Should be 2. Flip to second for 1. Throw to first in time for the double play. On the 4-6-3 twin killing. Runner advances to third, and it brings up Christian Fedko. Fedko tonight has yet to get a hit, but has reached base on the hit by pitch. He has a sac fly as well, so an RBI for him. Bergen sets in the first pitch here to Fedko. Way outside, ball one. Just trying to get him through an inning. The 1-0. That one finds the zone on the slider. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Fedko, the batter, infield straight up. The pitch. Checked his swing. He absolutely went around 1-2. So now ahead in the count for the first time is Bergen. The 1-2 pitch. Low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Swung on, high chopper to short. Back pick by Pavin. Throw across his body in time. No, it's not. He was off the bag. I could have sworn that his foot was on the bag. We'll see if they appeal. Because, man, that looked. Ah. Logan Brown having a conversation with Matsua, asking to see if they appeal. And here comes Andy McCauley. Matsua saying there will be no appeal. And here comes Andy trotting to first to see if he can't plead his case. As of now, scored a single and obviously an RBI with it. They're still out there talking. 14-5 the score. Schaumburg in front by 9 here in the bottom of the 6th. Conversation still ongoing, and Andy's going to walk away. So there will be no appeal. It's an RBI infield single for Christian Fedko on what could have been out number 3. It'll be Andrew Stoica now to bat. The pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Four runs have scored here in this 6th inning. The pitch. In there at 94, 0-2.
And life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Top of the seventh, 14-5. The score. Schaumburg is in front. Evansville will have the top of their order due up. Mindom to lead us off here in the seventh. And the first pitch that he sees is taken for a strike, 0-1. Couple of finals around the league tonight. Joliet finally gets a win after losing 7 straight. They beat the Yawls 9-4. The pitch in there, 0-2. Washington beats their losing streak. They win 3-2 over Mississippi. Gateway currently up on Lake Erie 7-5. Gateway's been playing some good baseball. They're winners of 7 of their last 10. The pitch. Checked his swing, went around for strike 3. So Glickstein gets his second strikeout. And here's Dennis Pierce. Pierce tonight is 0 for 2. He reached on a walk in the second. Takes ball 1 outside. Glickstein working quickly. Glickstein just gets the ball and goes. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike at the knees. It's 1-1. Evansville, a lot of work to do here in the 7th inning. 14-5. 9-run lead for the Boomers. The 1-1. Swung on, bounced to second. Fielded by Gould. Throw to first in time for the second out. Schaumburg's opponents, it's not like they haven't come back from a deficit like this before. Florence in that crazy 23-19 win that they had here in Schaumburg, they came back from 10 down to win that ball game. First pitch to Benson. Misses low. It's a ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. High pop-up. Shallow left field. Under it is Simmons. Makes the catch for the third out. So that'll do it here in this inning. Otters go down in order in the 7th. We go to the bottom half. It's stretch time here in Schaumburg, here in 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
Tyler Martin will come in to pitch for Evansville here in this bottom of the 7th, looking to blank this Boomers team for the first time tonight in an inning. Martin and His last appearance went 3 innings against Mississippi, giving up 2, striking out 2. Played at Georgia Gwinnett College before his time here with Evansville. That's the first pitch to Gould, inside 1-0. In his time there, at 31 appearances in a start, 49 and a third innings pitched, 81 strikeouts. The 1-0 pitch, inside ball 2. Martin didn't struggle with walks in college, only had 30 to his 83 strikeouts. Here's the 2-0. Misses inside, 3 balls, no strikes. The Boomers had their first 5 reach last inning on a walk or a hit by pitch. 3-0 pitch. Outside, not even close, ball 4. So a leadoff walk here to Michael Gould, and it brings up Anthony Calarco. Calarco is 2 for 2, a walk, a hit by pitch, a single, and a 3-run homer. First one he sees is wide of Felix, gets to the backstop, and that allows Gould to get to second. So 5 straight have missed out of the bullpen here for Tyler Martin. So now runner in scoring position for the Boomers. Time call. There will be a meeting on the mound between Felix and Martin. Just a rough night for Evansville. It started so promising, getting that 4-1 lead early in the second frame. Scored 1 in the 5th to get right back into it at a score of 7-5. Crooked numbers in the last 3 innings: 4 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th. And now a runner in scoring position with nobody out, and Martin is really struggling to find the strike zone. The pitch. Misses low, 2 balls, no strikes. Two-zero pitch. That one finds his own first strike of the evening for Martin, 2-1. Calarco last night didn't really hit the ball all that well. Tonight has definitely shown up. Such a dangerous guy. The 2-1. Swung on, smashed down the first base line, and foul. It's going to be 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. And the pitch. Outside, 3-2. So we'll have a payoff here in this bottom of the 7th. Boomers 14, Evansville with 5. Big game for Schaumburg here tonight. And the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, well out to left. Back on it, Taylor. Nearing the track, leaps, makes the catch, and bumps up against the wall. So that's the first out of the inning. Calarco once again went deep out to left, just barely missed that one. There's one gone. And it brings up Banks Tolley. First pitch here to Tolley. Checked his swing, ball gets away. He did not go around, says the first base umpire, Taka Matsuo. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, bounced up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Parks. Throw to first is in time for the out. 2 away now. Brings up Aaron Simmons. First pitch here to Simmons. Up and away for a ball, 1-0. The pitch. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on third base for Schaumburg here in the bottom of the 7th. Score 14-5 in favor of the Boomers. 2-0 pitch. Way outside, 3-0. Martin once again struggling to find the strike zone here against Simmons. Simmons reached last inning via the hit by pitch. The pitch. Outside, ball 4 straight balls to Aaron Simmons, and now it's Kyle Fitzgerald. Runners on the corners, 2 away. Fitzgerald, right-handed hitter, awaits the first pitch and takes it down and away for a ball, 1-0. Now at this point, given the struggles this inning, the past 2 innings really, controlling the baseball, not just for Martin, but for Bergen last inning as well. These hitters pretty much going to take anything that's uncompetitive. Is the 1-0 pitch. That one finds zone 1-1. That's exactly what you needed to do. Just find the strike zone once, keep him honest, and now Fitzgerald have to keep that in mind with that outer edge, call it a strike, and maybe you'll be a little more aggressive than just taking all the way. The 1-1. Low, 2-1. Because when you struggle to throw strikes, it just becomes easier for a hitter to create an approach when they're up against you. Here's the 2-1. Outside, ball 3. 3-1. So a struggle for Otters pitchers here in these past 2 frames to find the strike zone. 3-1. Inside, ball 4. Bases loaded. So Martin has walked the bases loaded, and that's the 2nd inning in a row that the bases have been loaded thanks to all 3 passes. Now Satchel Norman, the batter. First pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Norman has reached 3 times, a fielder's choice and a couple of walks. The 1-0 pitch. Fouled right back into the screen. It's 1-1. Bases loaded again here in the 7th. Schaumburg have already broken it open, trying to remove every single bit of doubt. The 1-1. Bends in there for a strike, 1-2. The pitch inside. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martin trying to get out of this inning unscathed. 2 outs, bases loaded, 2-2 the count. Bottom of the 7th. The pitch. Swung on, high fly ball to left. Way back, gone. Grand slam for Satchel Norman. 18-5, the Otters trail. Just a tough go of it right now for Evansville pitching wise. They scored 5 runs in this one. They had the lead, the 1-1, outside 2-1. So it's just a struggle that it ended up like this the past 4 innings as the 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed 2-2. The Boomers have put up 4, 3, 4, and 4 again from the 4th to the 7th. The 2-2 down and in. And they say that Prater went around. Toss over to first from Felix is going to be in time for out number 3. So Martin gets a strikeout, a German American Bank strikeout, but not before 4 come across to score here in the 7th. We go to the 8th. 18-5, Schaumburg on 96.9 WYAR and the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
Aaron Glickstein back on the mound for the Boomers here in this 8th inning. The score, 18-5. Evansville trails by 13 here in the 8th against Schaumburg. And it'll be Pavin Parks to lead it off. The last 9 Evansville batters that have come to the plate have been retired. See if Parks can snap that streak. There is action for Evansville in their bullpen. The pitch to Pavin. Outside for a ball, 1-out. So 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. The pitch. Swung on, line drive into center. Racing in on it, Tolley. He's going to make the catch for the first out. It'll be Graham Brown. Graham Brown tonight, 1 for 3. And the pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Brown was able to break that 0 for 20 streak earlier in the game with that hit in the third inning. As the 0-1 now from Glickstein. Swung on, banged down the first baseline, but foul and into the Boomers bullpen. It's 0-2. Glickstein fires into the right-handed hitter in Brown, who awaits it. Glickstein now starting the motion and the pitch. Swung on, banged to third, fielded by Soika. Throw to first is in time for the second out. Brings up Keenan Taylor. Taylor 0 for 3. And the first pitch that he sees is swung on and fouled back into the backstop, and it's 0-1. No balls, a strike, 2 outs. Taylor swings through that one. Slider outside corner, 0-2. Tough night for the Otters here in this one. The 0-2 pitch. Low, 1-2. Now there's action in the Boomers pen. Action for Evansville as well. 18-5, the score. Boomers in front. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled right back by Taylor again, so count stays. Windy City beat Brockton tonight, 6-5. Quebec beating New York 10-7. The pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Glickstein with his third strikeout, and the Otters once again go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 18-5 the score here on 96.9 WYIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Back here in Wintrust Field, bottom of the 8th, a couple of defensive changes for Evansville. Ellis Schwartz now in left, Parks Balk at shortstop. And then the new pitcher, Colin Murphy for Evansville. He will face Christian Fedko in the top of this order. This will be Murphy's first action for Evansville this season. First pitch to Fedko. In there for a strike, 0-1. See how Murphy does. He's one of the guys that was signed recently. The pitch. That one just missing low. So count is 1-1. Next offering from Murphy. Finds it 1-2. Murphy with Lincoln Memorial College this year appeared in 13 games, started 12 of them as the 1-1. Swung on, line drive left center. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Cutting it off, the center fielder Brown. Hustling into second is Fedko. Brown wasn't expecting it, didn't come up throwing. And Fedko gets a hustle double here in the eighth. He pitched in 76 in a third to a 4.24 ERA. He also played for the Wilson Tobbs in the Coastal Plains League this summer, where he started 4 games for them, had a 1-3 record, a 6.08 ERA. Now it's Andrew Soika. The pitch. Soika takes it outside for a ball, 1-0. A ball and no strikes, nobody out. The pitch. Up and away, 2-0. The Boomers have hit 3 home runs tonight, 2 3-run homers, and a grand slam. So a productive day at the office for Schaumburg. The 2-0. That one drops in there, 2-1. Schaumburg looking to score in every single inning here in this one. 18-5, bottom of the eighth. Boomers in front. In the 2-2. Swung on, lifted in the air to left, but that's going to find the seats. Counts 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. The pitch. Swung on, soft tapper, but it's in foul territory at the plate. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Soika battling up there in the 8th inning. Evansville trails by 13. And the pitch. Called strike 3 at the knees. So there's the first professional strikeout for Colin Murphy. Good. The pitch. Low, 1-0. I don't care what league of professional baseball you're playing at. I mean, the numbers he's putting up are video game like. It's nuts. 1-0 pitch. Taken for a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Also just an intimidating presence in the left-hand box. A deep athletic squat in his stance. He's a big dude. 1-1. That one right down Main Street, 1-2. Probably just a matter of time before he gets picked up. A ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The pitch. Swung on, tapped up the middle. Fielded by Belk. Throw to first in time for out number 3. So Colin Murphy strands a leadoff double on third. He pitched well. We now go to the top of the 9th. 13-run lead for the Boomers, 18-5 here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. Ballet Indiana unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND
Jared Para on the mound here for Schaumburg. He'll relieve Aaron Glickstein, who did not allow a hit in his 3 innings of work, struck out 3, and did not allow a walk either. He sent 9 up, 9 down. As the ninth now, Para looks to close this one out for Schaumburg. They are up 18-5. J.J. Cruz, the batter, and the pitch. That one called a strike, 0-1. Cruz is 0 for 3 tonight. The pitch, inside, 1-1. To cool down after the night he had last night. 4 for 4, 3 homers, 5 RBI. Here's the 1-1 from Para. That one in the back door, 1-2. This Evansville team really just kind of fell apart defensively. The offense showed up in the early part of the game, but as the 1-2 pitch in. Swung on, shot the opposite way, fielded by Soika on one hop. Throw to first in time for the out. Once you get down by a number like they're down, morale just goes, and it affects an offense. It really does. It's a defeating feeling when you go out there, you are up 4-1 after 2 innings. On pace for a good night, and it just all falls apart. The pitch to Brown now, outside into the backstop, 1-0. Just a tough go of it. Tomorrow, a day game, 1 p.m. Central. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, bounced up the middle, ranging to it, the second baseman. Gould can't get there. Second hit of the night for Logan Brown, and the Otters get a 1-out base runner here in the ninth. Justin Felix, the batter. 1 for 2, a homer, a walk. Felix, right-handed hitter, awaits the first pitch from Para. Here it is. That one's high. It's 1-0. Evansville, 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Schaumburg, 18 runs on 14 hits, no errors. Here's the 1-0 from Para to Felix. Taken outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Well, you would assume they're going to let Para work through whatever struggles he deals with this inning, unless things get catastrophic for Schaumburg. 13-run lead for them, 18-5, top 9. The pitch. Way outside, gets to the backstop. Brown hustling into second. He'll get there. So on the wild pitch, the runner advances to second. Justin Felix now ahead in the count, 3-0. The pitch. High ball 4. So Justin Felix reaches via the walk, and now 2 runners on, 1 away for Evansville. Flips the lineup to the top of the order. David Mindham will bat. There's a meeting on the mound now between all the infielders and Para. So Mindham will bat. He is 2 for 4. Had a home run back in the second. That's part of the back-to-back homers that Justin Felix and Mindham hit. Para with the pitch. That one's taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Dennis Pierce on deck. After him would be JT Benson. Now the 1-0 offering. High, make it 2-0. When Baven Park's spot in the order comes up, it'll be Parks Belk. When Keenan Taylor's spot comes up, it'll be Ellis Schwartz. Two balls, no strikes, and an out. The pitch. Fouled off overhead, and it's going to be 2-1. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. Para bent over at the waist, sets now. Hands just above the belt. The 2-1. Swung on, hit up the middle. This might do it. Fielded by Prater for 1. Toss over to second, and the turn in time for the double play. So a 6-4-3 double play to end it. The final 18-5 in favor of the Boomers. The Otters just couldn't quite get it going here tonight. And they fall in this one 18-5. When we come back on the Papa John's postgame show, we'll talk about it. You're listening on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Papa John's post-game show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and post-game shows. Available every game night, but 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the Home Team Network, and on 96.9 WYIR. Otters fall 18-5 in this one. They are now 21-28 on the year. Schaumburg now 30-20 on the season. Evansville was able to score 2 in each of the first 2 innings to jump out in front 4-1 before the Boomers would score in 7 of their 8 innings where they came to bat. And just a really tough game here for Evansville, getting the lead early, feeling like you have a lot of momentum on your side. And then it just kind of all falls apart when the pitchers came in and just couldn't really find the zone at times. And a tough go at it for Evansville here tonight really is. And tomorrow, the game at 1 p.m. Central Time in that one will be the last game of this 3-game set before this team heads to Washington, PA. And tomorrow, 1 p.m., the start time for Sunday afternoon baseball. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight